Hey, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to be talking about the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, and I personally believe that's a book that everyone should begin in taking their journey and better understanding finance. That's the first book that you should read. Richest Man in Babylon is a classical book on personal finance written by George S. Clason. The book uses a series of parables set in ancient Babylon to provide timeless financial advice. The title character, the richest man in Babylon, is Arkad, who imparts his wisdom on wealth building to his fellow citizens. Overall, in the book, within the book there are a lot of information that everyone should know of. I'm kind of spoiled the book for everyone, I guess. But either way. So within the book, there are 6 key principles. I would highly recommend to read the book. I would kind of spoil it for you now, but overall, I would highly recommend reading a book. I have read the book perhaps 3, perhaps more times, perhaps 6 or 8 times. And it took me perhaps at least 5 times until I completely understood every principle that was shared within the book. In this video, I won't be able to cover in depth how to go about understanding the book. And not necessarily you would be unable to understand this particular book within one sitting. Perhaps it's one of those things that you need to come back to and constantly read it, so you would refresh your memory and your understanding, since you might focus on other things in your life at certain periods. And either way, I would highly recommend to constantly, if you are struggling and if you need to better understand fundamentals and where to begin when it comes to finance, I would definitely highly recommend to keep coming back to this book. That doesn't really matter what the accountant or the financial people would tell you. They might talk you out of a lot of things, but overall finance, and that I would definitely highly recommend this level 1 when it comes to finances and where to begin. From there, we can go into more complex formulas, the way how you should think about finance. But overall, if we're talking about fundamentals here, that's where you need to begin. Fundamentals, level 1. From there, if you would like, I would share more complex books when it comes to finance, but here is level 1. And let's begin with level 1 and progress to more difficult books, I guess. Principle 1 would be save a portion of your income. Arkad suggests at least 10% of your earnings before you do anything else with your money. The idea is to prioritize savings and make it a habit, and book emphasis of saving money. Once you would start thinking about your saving money, that's definitely step 1 that everyone should think of, in highlighting the fact that you should make better financial decisions with your money, and be conscious about your decisions. Step 2. Make gold multiply. Arkad advised putting your savings into work by investing them wisely. Instead of hoarding your money, invest in opportunities that have the potential to generate more wealth. He encouraged Babylonians to seek advice from knowledgeable individuals than making investments. In the book, he's sharing a lot of stories about bricklayer and someone who is working with jewelers. So overall, he would speak with finance people about finance, and someone bricklayer about perhaps buildings, overall structures, with some stories from the book. Overall, the concept is once you earn money, learn those habits and keep your money, and if you can, perhaps think about ways how to multiply your money. Guard your treasure from loss. In this principle, Arkad emphasizes the importance of being cautious and informed when making financial decisions. He warns against making impulsive or speculative investments and advises people to protect their wealth by seeking a sound advice and minimizing risk. Overall, do not lose your money. Do not lose your money. Whatever you do with your money, do not lose it. Make of those dwellings a profitable investment. Arkad suggests that owning your own home is a form of investment. Instead of renting, work towards owning your dwelling, which can provide a long-term financial stability and eliminate the expense of rent. I would definitely go about perhaps having a budget. That's my own personal opinion. Overall, having a budget, and perhaps for last 3 months or at least last month, and take a look at all of your spendings within that, and perhaps you can reduce your spendings within that month, or taking a look of what would require the biggest amount of money, reducing those expenses. There's a lot of arguments if it's your house is asset or a liability. There's a lot of different arguments. I don't want to get into those. I would rather focus on the budget and perhaps management of your money. Ensure future income. To secure your financial future, Arkad recommends plan for retirement and setting aside a portion of your income to provide for yourself and your family in your later years. This principle highlights the importance of long-term financial planning. I can't emphasize that enough, that you yourself perhaps should focus a lot on perhaps your long-term financial goals. As I have previously mentioned, if you have to buy nice shoes, nice car, nice phone, I guess, do that as early as possible, make those mistakes as early as possible, and from there, learn from those mistakes and perhaps start thinking about your future long-term goals. And you would start thinking about the money differently once you start thinking better or long-term instead of thinking about tomorrow or those emotions and how you feel about certain things that not necessarily will bring anything good into your life, I guess. I don't know. That's one of the ways to think about it. Number 6, increase those ability to earn. Arkad encourage individuals to continuously improve their skills and seek opportunities for personal development and professional growth. By increasing your ability to earn, you can potentially increase your income and wealth over time. I can't emphasize this point enough. If there's anything, perhaps if you cannot reduce your spending, if you really need those shoes, if you really need that phone, I guess, that's good. Everyone wants nice things, myself included. I like nice things myself. I like perhaps really nice coffee. I like particular things in my life. Then, if I cannot reduce some of the expenses that I have, perhaps I can increase my personal development, opportunities that I have, perhaps people that I know, those things that I can control. So you cannot reduce expenses, can increase my profitability, and you can do that by spending more time on personal development, taking perhaps some courses, learning new skills, developing yourself. Overall, that might be important today than it has ever been. With how much information is relatively available to you in your fingertips, you can increase overall profitability and earn more money every day if you focus on that. I have recently published a book about a livestock business and where to begin and starting and running a livestock enterprise. In the book, I'm sharing a lot of information about the first milestone. That would be from zero to first $10,000, pounds, euros, and how to achieve that first milestone. For everyone who's interested, in this book, I'm sharing a lot of information for livestock business and how to run this enterprise. Same principles can be used for other businesses, but within this book, I'm sharing the principles for this particular venture and how to do it, as well as I'm sharing a lot of examples of other people who did it and some of the lessons and the experiences that they had. You can find this book in the description below, as well as on all my company's website and top retailers. Thanks everyone who have watched this video. I can't emphasize this enough for when it comes to finances. Overall, this particular book is where you should begin with. I wish someone told me that and I was just starting out. I had to read so many different books until I actually began to understand of overall finances and different people within that industry. Overall, I hope to see you in the next one.